So I made a commercial using only the Canon M6 Mark II in this living room, and here it is. Hi, my name is Roger, and on this channel we talk about cameras, tech gear and videography. And I would really appreciate an early thumbs up. Soon it's going to be Easter, and here in Norway we have a tradition that on Easter everybody goes on trips in the mountains, and on these trips we drink Solo, which is a Norwegian version of Fanta, only better, and we eat oranges and we eat Kvikk Lunsj. Kvikk Lunsj, it's a Norwegian version of the American Kit Kat chocolate, but this also only better. And Kvikk Lunsj has for many years been the one chocolate you always bring on hiking trips or mountain trips. And since my last videos on this channel has been about cameras and a lot about technological stuff, I decided, since it is Easter soon and Kvikk Lunsj is a Norwegian chocolate that everybody eats on hiking trips, I wanted to do a commercial about Kvikk Lunsj. And before I even start off this video is not sponsored whatsoever. I've not been paid by Freya, which makes Kvikk Lunsj, or Storyblocks that I've used to get backgrounds and music and sound effects to this commercial. So this is totally paid for by me. I paid for all the chocolate bars and I have my own subscription to Storyblocks. Nothing in this video is sponsored whatsoever. So the first thing that I did is I took a piece of paper and I wrote down some bullet points on ideas that I had for this commercial and stuff that I've been thinking about that I wanted to try out but never did, like stop motion. So I implemented that into this video. The next thing I had to do was to go into Storyblocks, like I said, to find my music. Finding the music before you start shooting anything, I think that is a good tip to do, because what I originally did with this video is that I found a music track that I thought worked. I wasn't completely happy with it, but I couldn't find anything better, so I chose that one. During the process of the video, I found another music clip by random that I thought would work better. So I decided to change the music in the middle of making this commercial. But I think the music that I ended up with works a lot better than the first one did, because this is the first one. And this is the one that I ended up with. So my tip for you is take your time to find the music track that works best for you, that gives you that, yeah, this was the best music. My next step was to set up the studio. So I started off by hanging up a blue backdrop. Now the blue backdrop, that was on purpose. Normally you hear about green screen, but blue screen works just as well. The reason that I chose blue screen is because this Kvikk Lunsj package, it's green over there. So if I was to key out a green backdrop, I would also have keyed out the green stuff on the Kvikk Lunsj. So I chose blue because I had green in the thing that I wanted to film. Then I just used my daughter's nightstand, or that's actually just an IKEA table. And on the sides, I hung up these cheap reflectors, or it's actually a diffuser and a reflector and a light blocker and a lot of stuff in one. I have two of these. So I hung the sides that reflects lights, one on each side of the table, so that whatever light I used, it would bounce off of the sides. And of course, I placed my Canon M6 Mark II on a tripod in front of the table. The next thing I did was that I used this bindash, we call this. This is the thing that you bindash. What's that in English? Paperclip. I took a paperclip and I unfolded that and I taped it to the back of this chocolate bar, and then I just taped that to a cup, and I placed the cup on an old pizza tray that spins around because I don't have a Lazy Susan or a motorized Lazy Susan, so I just used what I had in hand, and it worked okay. Then I filmed this chocolate being cracked open, then I filmed it opening like that. The next thing I did was I wanted to use this stop motion technique to unwrap the paper around the chocolate bar. So I just took turns and slowly opened the chocolate bar, and I took photographs of the chocolate bar as I in stages just tore off more and more paper. And I also knew that I wanted the stop motion effect of someone eating the chocolate, so of course I had to volunteer to eat the chocolate, and I took photographs of the chocolate as I ate the chocolate in stages. And I also knew that I wanted melting chocolate. I took some chocolate bars and I melted that, and I placed a bowl and my Canon M6 Mark II, and then I just filmed me pouring that in. I also wanted the effects of the chocolate bar rising from the melted chocolate, so I took a chocolate bar and I placed it in the bowl with the melted chocolate, and I just pushed it down with my fingers. I knew that I wanted to finish off this commercial with a nature shot and having the chocolate bar in the nature with some text and the Freya logo. So I went on to Storyblocks, I searched for nature backgrounds or something like that, and I ended up with the one that's in the commercial or in the end of the commercial. And then it all came down to editing. I knew what kind of scenes that I wanted. I didn't know what order I want them in. The editing process of the commercial, I just went with it. And then of course sound design. I went into Storyblocks onto sound effects, just searched for stuff that I think worked on this commercial. Anyway, what do you think about the commercial? Did you like it? If you did, give it a thumbs up. And have you tried anything similar? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any questions, leave them also in the comments down below. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And yeah, that's the video for this week. Hope you got something out of it. And maybe I will see you in another video.